This is your weekly market prep for the week of August 11th, 2024. KD for the Wealth Wells here. We're coming off of an awesome week, six figures last month, solid week last week. We've got a volatile week coming into the market this week. We're going to capitalize on all of it. We're going to talk about the key levels. We're going to talk about the market moving data. We're going to talk about some possible stocks that we're looking at for swings. And we're going to talk about the progress we've been having in the Discord so far. People making a solid living, changing their financial future, and some of them changing their careers over to day trading full time. Your weekly market prep, August 11th, 2024. Are you ready? All right, let's get it. All right, so as discussed, this is your weekly market prep for August 11th, 2024. Let's start out with the tools that you need to get the job done. In the links attached to the video, we've got the 90-day day trading journal. It's a hard copy journal. Get it. It's on Amazon. How to day trade with a full-time job. That's an ebook with 4 video paired trainings with it that you can purchase as optional additional training. I show you my setups and how to crush it. People have used these setups for quite some time, and they've been going to the bank. And then we've got basically my system in a box, the trading indicators, the Wealth Wells volume profile, the Wealth Wells VVP indicator. Get them, put them on your screen, learn how to use them. The links are attached in the video here, and you'll be on your way. All right, we're going to talk about last week's action as we go, news and sentiment, what happened. We'll talk about this week, news, sentiment, the plan, what people are saying about the Discord, the indicators, and the free training that you have available to you, and then the paid training. All right, we're going to keep you pointed and directed to this testimonial right here. Come into the Discord and read it. You can pause the video right here and look at this gentleman came into the Discord and he took the time. A couple of months, took my training up over $16,000. Well over that right now. He was referred to by another member, and he encourages you to take the training. I do too. It's like Neo in the Matrix. There's a lot of people out there telling you that you've got to, they've got some secret sauce. Listen, I don't have all that. I just know the right way to trade, and I teach traders how to do that. You can follow along as we go. All right, the free training, the proof is right here. There's plenty of videos of me doing 5 figures, 6 figures, and plenty of videos of me helping people get to 6 figures. I think that speaks for itself right there. If you'd like to do the same thing, the first thing you need to do is understand how to day trade, how to capitalize in this system called VVP. Watch these videos. They'll cost you nothing. Find them in my video library. All right. Here are the major data events that we're going to be looking for. PPI, CPI, import price index, retail sales, and housing stats. That's what's going to move the market. Now, here are the days that we can look forward to them. All right. Core PPI Tuesday, CPI Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning. We know that. And we've got Fed members peppered in here all throughout the week speaking. We've got some import prices. We'll be paying special attention to that. U.S. retail sales. And then we'll round out the week with consumer sentiment prelim, housing stats, building permits. That'll give us the strength of the housing community to know what's coming down the road. Here are 3 major Fed discussions that you want to look at. Of course, there's more. We got Bostic, Masalam, and Goolsbee. All of these folks will be talking this week. Tuesday, 1:15 is Bostic. Thursday, 9:10 a.m. is Masalam. And Friday, 1:25, Goolsbee. What to watch for? Fresh data on inflation, housing, and retail sales. Tuesday's producer price index is going to offer an update on wholesale information, while Wednesday's release for the July CPI will show whether consumer inflation will continue its downward trend after dropping to an annual rate of 3% in the prior month. The latest inflation data could influence the Fed's stance on interest rates, while easing price pressures could raise expectations of an interest rate cut. A higher reading would cause worries. It will make folks think about whether or not these rates are going to remain elevated. There are many Fed members talking, right? Bostic, got that. Talked about Masalam. We talked about Goolsbee. We got Harker talking as well. So all of these folks are scheduled to deliver remarks. The market will be very volatile. VIX sitting around 20.39 as of Friday. It's going to spike back up. We got a nice little, just a short little pop out the gate here on the futures market. So you can expect for people to be edgy, the market to be chippy this week. I would suggest you reduce your position size you switch to a higher time frame and you try to allow your holds to move longer. That's a little tip. Market watchers will also get sentiment surveys from home builders on Wednesday and consumers on Friday. Retail sales numbers on Thursday will follow a surprisingly strong July report that showed consumers still had an appetite for spending and housing stats. Data on Friday will show whether builders are able to follow up on June's increase in construction, potentially providing relief to a housing market struggling to build up inventory. Investors will likely be watching to see if Thursday's weekly initial jobless claims, data will continue to show resilience in the labor market, as well as after last week's report helped ease some concerns about the economy. Retailers report earnings, including Walmart. So we've got Thursday, Walmart, the nation's largest retailer. They're going to report. The big box chain surprised analysts with 6% year-over-year revenue growth in the first quarter, and the company raised its full-year guidance. Meanwhile, Home Depot is expected to post slight declines in sales and profits from the same time last year, as inflation weary consumers have pulled back on big ticket spending for home improvement projects. Investors could also get a look at the international retail trends. You're going to be looking at some reports from Chinese e-com giants like Alibaba and JD.com. And of course, the steady-gritty networking giant Cisco earnings on Tuesday. It's going to highlight the tech infrastructure spending. I don't expect positives from them, but it will present a move for those who are in the options market. While financial firms such as Sunlight Financial and UBS, they're also going to report as well. Okay, so here's the earnings hot ticket items this week that you should be looking forward to. There are others, but I'm looking at Cisco, as we discussed. I'm looking at Home Depot there. Walmart is on there as well. And then there are some others that you want to pay attention to that could certainly move the market, or be Sun Life, one we discussed as well, or that could provide a nice setup there. I see UBS as well. I don't really mess with the foreign stocks right now, so Alibaba is off the table for me. But take it and do with it what you please. So there's 3 stocks this week that I'm going to be watching. It's not the only 3, but here's the 3 that we're going to highlight here: Home Depot, Cisco, and Walmart. Let's get to it. Earnings spotlight for Home Depot. All in all, Home Depot is really, one of the several Dow Jones stocks on the calendar that's going to report with the home improvement retailer second quarter results due Tuesday morning. Now, analysts on average, they think we're going to see some downside there, down 2.8 year over year, earnings of about 452. The report says that we, meaning the analysts, believe that home improvement retail demand remained stubbornly soft in Q2. They have it rated as a buy, though it adds it's likely won't come as a surprise to markets, right? So for Home Depot specifically, analysts believe that this softness will come from lower purchases of big ticket items that require financing. So there's a revenue stream there that's being affected that Home Depot will not be able to capitalize on. However, analysts note that the strength in the retail's pro segment will help steady its results. The analysts also anticipate lower full-year guidance from Home Depot amongst sluggish retail trends. Take a look at Home Depot. Look for the setup. Cisco, all right, one of my favorites. There's a setup here. There's a setup. Cisco has reported a sharp drop in earnings. Now, this is the consensus on the street here for its fiscal third quarter. This was due to customers taking time to complete the installation of already purchased networking equipment, according to the reports. The weakness is expected to have continued in Cisco's fiscal fourth quarter. The results will be released after Wednesday's close, and analysts think that the company will report a 21.3% drop in earnings to 85 cents per share. So keep that in mind. That's a negative 6.3 year over year. And as we speak, the market is already reacting to some volatility, complete about face, and it's moving down towards some of our targets. I'll try to wrap up the earnings spotlight in a moment so that we can get to trading and you can see some of this action. The network market continues to be depressed with the remnants of the supply chain boom and bust still playing out in the calendar year. They feel like it's going to be persistent, but they overall feel like it should be a hold. All right, I'll give you that one. So I think we see a hard move on Cisco this week in the days to follow. If you haven't already capitalized on the moves that's already been there. Then we got Walmart. Walmart continues to see momentum across all income cohorts as its strong value offering. Analysts have it as a buy. The company's momentum in the digital space could continue to unlock a higher margin profit streams. So all in all, they're going to report ahead of Thursday's open. Take a look at Walmart. Okay. All right, so our swing triggers. Again, you're going to want to check the swings channel, but we're keeping track of the ones that I am public with. So the week before last, Visa, it hit, made money. Last week, the week before last, PayPal, it hit, made money. Last week, we said check the swings channel inside the private channel. Some of you guys posted in there. Those swings also hit. And then this week, we'll be posting more in the swings channel, and those who are inside of the tiered access will get access to the swings monthly as promised. Okay, so let's check out some of our levels so we can see where the market is going to roll to today. And as we discussed here, the market has already gotten a nice little dance there. These are my levels to the downside: 5303, 5308, 5319, 5322, 5341, 5363, 5380, and then on up to that area of interest that we reported on about 2 weeks ago, 5415. And also, I'll put another note of interest in there. I see the market possibly, if we start blowing past this area here on volume, look for a move up to the second area of interest, which was, I believe, 5502. Yeah, it's up there, 5502, 5486. These are the levels that I'm going to trade, and I'll tell you the trade plan in a minute. In the meantime, hit the link tree. Get the setups, all right? Trading volume value area, you need that. Trendline sniper hammer play, doji play, you need that. Areas of interest, and then putting my VVP indicator to work to make six figures. It works. Give it time. Like Novocaine, it works every time. And then head over to the wealthwellstraining.com, get the training that you need, and then of course the indicators. You want to get them. By the end of the year, we'll have another one released so that you can see the market in a single glass pane view. That's the goal here, to give you my system as simple and succinct as possible to help you go to the next level. So that's our levels. Transfer those over to SPX and SPY. Honorable mention, you'll want to keep an eye out on the bonds and the VIX this week. We'll talk about that in the private channel. The paid training, we've already covered that you have access to. It'll just make you a better trainer. It'll develop your skill and mental development and your market awareness and your consistency, which is really what you need. And then we've got the VVP indicator, right? Areas of interest and the levels. And then we've got the volume profile, the signals, and the way to read the market data. Okay, we couple that with the tape and you have a winning system. So let's go over the trade plan and talk about really what we're going to expect this week. So with volatility, I'm going to reduce my position size, and I am going to look for the shifts in volume at my levels. So you can see here as the market opens right here, right? We made a nice little move and run, and we could not take out any volume shift above this area here, right? So 5363.25. In the overnight session, I'll be looking at foreign markets and how this buy volume shifts and holds. Ultimately, I'm going to trade the levels that we talked about to the upside, looking possibly with some volume all the way up to 5502, that area of interest up there. I'm cognizant of the area of interest right here. If we come into there, there is a massive amount of sell volume in this area, and I'd like to see that trigger, fire, and then push us on our way. In addition to that, I'm going to be using my VVP indicator here and looking for my areas of interest, and here they are. And when I see this buy volume coupled with this sell pressure, when I see this shift, and I come into this area and hold past this 5350 area, I'm going to short to the POC and lower. This is nearly a guaranteed move. If we don't come down into this area and hold, then I can assume and look for on the tape, confirm it, that this buy volume will shift here and we start taking out these minor targets on our way up to the larger ones. Each day I'm going to trade rather in respects to the market moving data. So I've got to wait until that data presents itself. In the overnight session, what would I like to see? I'd like to see us continue to hold. I really would like to see the market continue to prop itself up until, in the overnight session, until we come into the open, and then we start to see it move leading up to CPI. But these are my levels. I'll give you more defined levels inside the Discord today. And again, the last tip that we talked about last week was VIX, baby. We're going to keep pushing this narrative. You need to pay attention to VIX to understand when you're going to scale up, when you can size up so you can get the big moves, so you can come out of the week and the month with those high figures, right? You want to know how these guys and myself and others are doing 6 and 7 figures in a year or 6 figures a month. It all is dependent on the volatility in the market because you want to be pushed into profit immediately. Okay, so that's it. Market moving events, we've talked about it. Levels, this week's trading plan, you've got that. I moved a little faster just to help you understand what we can do and to get right to it. Training, hey, you know what? Talent is what you have. Skill is what you develop. Work on the skills that you need every single day. Treat it like you're so hungry, your first day in the market, and you respect this thing, and you'll be able to eat for a long, long time. TheWealthWolfTrading.com. CPI this week, folks. We've got VIX popping. Everything is aligned for a hard 6-figure week. I'm so pumped. Are you ready? Then let's get it.